Question 1.2 reads indicate whether the following statements are true or false. If the statement is false, rewrite the statement in the correct form. So we take note that if it's false, we have to rewrite in the correct form. So first part of the question is the 5-step SQ3R study. Strategy consists of the following steps. We've got survey, question, read, recycle, and reward. But you see that it is not correct on this part. So in terms of survey, a question read is correct. So we try to see what is the correct sequence that we have there. So it's going to be survey, a question, a read, recite, and review. So it has been corrected on these two parts. So that is the part that is correct, and our answer is false. So we refer back to our question. Next question that we have is power inequality means that some people have more rights, better opportunities, or more power than other people. So we see that this is true. Moving on to the next one, which is soil erosion, especially ultraviolet in brackets UV, rays from the sun can cause skin cancer and cataracts. So you'd see that this is a false. So basically, this is not soil erosion, but it's supposed to be a radiation, as indicated in another section, as we are saying radiation, especially ultraviolet, which is UV rays from the sun, can cause skin cancer and cataracts. So basically, that's what we have on this part. Then move on to the last for true or false sentence, which is eating without getting exercise is unhealthy, as is exercising without eating. So basically, this is true. So we go on to the next part, which is 1.3. 1.3 reads give the word or words or concept or concepts for each of the following descriptions. Write only the word or words or concept next to the question number. So the first one is means that the government must be open to the public and provide information that is correct, understandable, is to obtain, and try not to hide its actions, is transparency, obviously. So we have transparency on 1.3.1 is the correct response, which is transparency. Then move on to the next part. A means tested award that is made to students on the basis of satisfactory academic performance and the financial circumstances of the students, parents, or guardians. So this is a bursary. So we have bursary in our other section is the correct response. So moving on to the next one, is when a candidate is afforded an opportunity to sell themselves in person and convince the prospective employer that he or she is the right person for the job. So this is an interview. So we are saying interview. We go on to the next one. Having pride in our history and being proud of the people who fought, and being proud of the people who fought hard for justice and freedom, appreciating the present with all the challenges it brings, and believing in the future. This is patriotism. So we have patriotism, again indicated in our other section. Then moving on to the next question that we have, which is now on section B, which is section 2, which says read the scenario below and answer the question that follow. So we have got a scenario that you need to go through before you attempt to answer the question. Then first question says explain the difference between a skill and a value. So we need to differentiate between a skill and a value. So with that, you'd see that when we are having a skill, it's acquired through practical experience and formal or informal training. So that is a skill. Then a value, we are saying personal characteristics, habits, or things that are important to you. So we can see the difference that exists between a skill and a value. So moving on to the next one is saying, as a nurse, what type of skills and career values should one have? Name one of each, what type of skills and career values that one should possess, obviously, as a nurse. So we try to refer to the career values that you should possess. So we have got should be trustworthy, compassionate, punctual, respectful, kind, professional, tolerance are some of the career values that you should possess. So in terms of skills, we can include communication skills. And also we can also include computer skills. So basically, this is what we have in terms of the skills that should be processed. So moving on to the next part, which is what important social factor is Jabu overcome in choosing to be a nurse? Give a reason for your answer. So obviously, Jabu is a male and is chosen to be a nurse. So what social factor is he overcame? So obviously, this is a stereotyping. Stereotyping is nursing is regarded a female job, and Jabu is a male. Is engaged uh, in nursing. So basically, that's what we have in terms of the response on that, as we are saying stereotype, because nursing is traditionally perceived as a woman career. So basically, that's our response on that one. So moving on to the next part is saying discuss and identify and discuss two socioeconomic factors that may influence your career or study choice. What are the socioeconomic factors that may influence your career or study choice? So uh, we can talk about community needs, accessibility, status. We could talk also include availability of finances, affordability, and others that are mentioned in the other section. So on 2.5, someone who has become stuck in the job comes to you for advice. What three advice would you provide for that individual? And obviously, and the reason of being stuck is the person is not able to do the job, lacks the ability. So you can try to come up with advice from that point of view that the person has no ability. So the person has to match his or her abilities to the type of job that he is working. So basically, that's what we have. So on the first part, we are saying when choosing a career, one must match the responsibilities with the reality. You need to know yourself in terms of personality, abilities, interests, and skills. Have knowledge of career options and potential growth in the career. Adequate information will give you the opportunity to identify the right path to achieve career ambitions. And then career choices must suit your personality and have interest in it. So basically, those are some of the points in terms of advice that you can give. And this becomes the last part that we have in terms of our video. Thank you for listening, and hopefully the video was helpful. Let's meet again in the next video.